Welcome to The Peak, where becoming your best self is our goal. I'm Ashley Russo, and on today's show, a nonprofit helping individuals and families facing poverty and homelessness, the expansion of a health network, and a yearly event empowering women. All that and more. Stay tuned. This is The Peak. The Lehigh Valley is full of amazing women. Let's hear from one female entrepreneur on why she chooses to give back to the area where she grew up.
Lehigh Valley artist and art director Edith Gutierrez Hallbaker made it her mission to create a unique collective. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Edith Gutierrez, and I'm the founder and the creative director of Lo Juro Collective. So Lo Juro Collective is a lifestyle brand that celebrates the Latinx culture and our communities all around us. I launched Lo Juro Collective after I was inspired by my son, who donated the $13 he made at his abuela's garage sale to help Puerto Rico rebuild. I then looked inward and asked myself, what am I doing for my community? So Lo Juro Collective, I like to say we are a small brand with a big heart. We're all about donating to organizations that strengthen and advance our communities and celebrate where we came from. Lo Juro Collective donates 20% of its proceeds from all sales to wonderful Latinx organizations that strengthen and advance and give back to our communities, such as Urban Arts Partnership, Momento Latino, Latinas Contra Cancer, Hispanic Federations Unido, and Party Smasher Animal Sanctuary. The mission and core values of Lo Juro Collective is all about honoring thyself and owning who you are, celebrating our culture and our community, and spreading positive messages of hope y amor. To create the designs for Lo Juro Collective, I start with a pen and pencil, start sketching out things that really speak to my heart, as well as work with wonderful artists to make our voices heard and stand up for what we believe in. And it's all about giving back. My sole purpose is to make sure we create positive messaging out there and we give back to the communities that need it the most. I love what I do because it's about celebrating where I came from and celebrating moments in the Latinx culture that really shape me and who I am.
When you support Lo Juro Collective, you're not only investing in your style, you're supporting Latinx communities all around the world. I'm Katie, and that was a peek at the Valley.
Thank you, Edith. You're doing so many amazing things for our community. And up next, a nonprofit helping those who need it most.
When COVID first started happening, clearly we knew we would not be able to shut down. We haven't shut our doors in 35 years. We weren't planning on doing so. So we had to figure out a plan to make sure that we're keeping our staff safe and still serving those consumers that are still going to be in need with or without COVID. So we're trying to do everything to keep people distanced, keep them safe. We handed out masks to everybody. We handed out sanitizer. So everything we could possibly do to make sure that we can keep doing our jobs, we've done.
I had to quit my job because of COVID-19 because I didn't have childcare. I couldn't find a place on my own because everything was closed. I was stuck. They honestly helped in a big way.
Like everyone else, it's a world I never lived in. I never knew what to expect when I couldn't go sit in a restaurant and have a cup of coffee. Everything just hits you all at once. But you adapt.
When I lost my home, I was living in my car. Someone recommended that if you want to take a shower, there's Bethany Ministry. Maybe if you go there, they could give you help.
A lot of people started being asked to leave their place of employment, which caused them to get behind on their rent. So I started getting a lot of phone calls early April with people having a fear of, well, when I'm not able to pay my rent next month, what am I gonna do? When this happens, are you guys the place to come and help? And absolutely we are.
They were tremendous help, tremendous help.
The only place that lets homeless people or people that need help in the door at 8 o'clock in the morning, wash their laundry, feed them, and let them take a shower also. They're beautiful people.
No matter what you need, whatever services, I think New Bethany can provide those services to you. They gave me a small studio where there's utilities and cooking facilities, so I'm able to, take showers, eat, and sleep comfortably.
We were currently staying here at the Comfort Suites, but I got an apartment, so me and my daughter moved in on Friday. Thank you. I'm proud I did it.
Great work, New Bethany. We're so lucky to have you here in our community. And coming up next, St. Luke's expansion into Carbon County. Stay tuned. This is The Peak. St. Luke's Carbon County will be planting its roots this spring, being the largest acute care network the county has ever seen. Let's take a look.
There's something very special happening in Carbon County. We're developing a rural health network that we believe will achieve national recognition. The current Lehighton campus is a comprehensive medical center with medical surgical services, both inpatient and outpatient, but also has outstanding behavioral health services, acute rehabilitation services, and post-acute services. And over the last 2 years, we have made major investments in this campus to modernize it, to bring new technology to it. It's very exciting what's happening at this campus, and it has a very bright future.
We have excellent inpatient and outpatient services, as well as the surgical services. We are also accredited stroke campus.
We have a lot of very seasoned providers who take a big picture look at what is wrong with patients, what's the best therapy. In addition to the providers, our staff members and our whole organization is dedicated to better care for Carbon County.
Our crews enjoy coming to this campus. They're greeted every time they come in. There's always a bed assignment immediately, and the nursing staff and doctors are very receptive to the patient reports that our crews give.
Currently, we have 13 beds in our emergency department with 3 hallway beds, which we do utilize. We do see a lot of high acuity patients in this emergency department, and that's why there is a need for a bigger hospital, and that's where we're building that Carbon campus.
So the new hospital in Franklin Township is the development of a comprehensive regional medical center with the highest level of care. And it'll include trauma and advanced heart care and just a comprehensive array of services with in-house 24/7 critical care. And the whole concept is to make it very rare for someone in this region to leave the region for care.
We're excited because it's going to bring more care locally. It's going to keep the patients in this community, and it's going to bring more services to these patients.
This community needs a network where they can stay locally instead of them traveling to a further area.
I think our Carbon County residents are terrific people, and they deserve to have high quality care close to home. So in addition to the new hospital, there will be a new office building, and there'll be enough care that's being provided locally for more of the specialists to really establish a true home, which will be better care for everyone.
Joining me today is Joe Pinto, the Chief Operating Officer at St. Luke's Sacred Heart and Carbon County campuses. Joe, thanks for being here. Tell us a little bit about what patients can expect and why St. Luke's is expanding into Carbon County.
There is such a tremendous excitement, and we are all just thrilled and so proud to be part of this excitement and this expansion. We saw a need when we acquired the Lehighton campus a few years ago, that there was a tremendous need in this area to expand services and bring care close to home.
Tell me a little bit about what this campus will be able to provide and what can people in the area expect when St. Luke's opens up in Carbon?
The new hospital will have 155,000 square feet of healthcare facility. Yeah, tremendous building. Not only is it going to look amazing, but have all the state-of-the-art equipment and services to provide state-of-the-art care for this community, starting with our emergency room, a large expanded emergency room with, again, all the advanced services that you would expect in a high-level emergency department, including a level 4 trauma center, as well as advanced imaging services, and then all the way through to inpatient care. And this is the real game changer. We will have a 24/7 critical care service that will allow patients that are in critical need of care to stay right there in the county and in the community.
Which is so important and a really a great feature, and also allows patients to stay close to home, as you mentioned earlier. And why is that so important in the patient journey to healing and also to service this community, staying close to home?
Being sick is never fun. We all know that. Everybody, we try to avoid hospitals, but unfortunately, if some folks become ill, we want to provide fast care, that care that can be delivered right away. And having this hospital with all those resources right there will avoid transfers. So it'll avoid a patient that's in a state to have to be transferred out of the community, not to mention the other aspect of this, which is family and close relatives that, are anxious and need to, or visit or want to provide that additional care as well, will be able to access their loved ones right there, again, within a few miles of their home.
Tell us a little bit about how the communication across the network works, not just for the leadership, but also for the caregivers, nurses, physicians, external staff, so that if someone requires additional care that maybe they can't get at one campus, but they could get at another, how does that all work together and keeping the communication strong?
St. Luke's, we're very proud to have a tremendous healthcare medical record system. And this system communicates across the entire continuum of care, whether it be outpatient care as well as inpatient care. That information travels amongst every single one of our providers. So literally the click of a mouse, all of those healthcare information will be accessible to all of the providers for our patients.
Joe, you and your team have been working tirelessly to get this campus launched, and it's still a continuing process. What are you most excited about? And what do you want our viewers and patients to have as a takeaway about what is coming to St. Luke's, Carbon County?
I think it's the passion and enthusiasm that we're all sharing here. From all the physicians that I talk to all of our network, the network support that we're receiving. One of the other things that we're excited about is the tremendous amount of access that patients are going to have to care, from urgent care, primary care, and all of the specialties that we're bringing to this community. That is all going to support this wonderful new hospital that we have in place. And we talk about keeping care close to home. It's all part of this package, so to speak, that we're delivering. And I think the community will be really proud of what we're building here in the county.
Certainly great news for Carbon County and great news for St. Luke's University Health Network. So thank you so much for joining us and telling us more.
Thank you. Thanks, Ashley. Appreciate it.
Stay tuned. You're watching The Peak. The Lehigh Valley is full of artists, entrepreneurs, and business leaders. Let's hear from Northampton Community College's president on why the Lehigh Valley is the best place to get an education. Hey everybody, welcome to Unscripted with Russo. I am very pleased to have my next guest here. He is Mark Erickson, the president of Northampton Community College. He's Mr. NCC, as I like to call you, Mark. Did you know I walked around town?
Oh, I love that. That's good.
It's true.
I'll take it.
It's true. You mentioned sports and being interested in sports. Tell me a little bit about athletics and what sports did you play and what role did they play in your life?
Well, the main two sports were football and track. And I played a little bit of basketball, but I wasn't that good at basketball. so I excelled in track, actually ran track in college.
Now, do you think you could still take some people in a race today?
Oh, sure.
Okay. I like it. So I feel like there could be some sort of, maybe athletic competition among some of the deans and the presidents of the colleges?
I'm not going out to race a 100-yard dash against Brian Grigsby or anybody.
Oh, that would be a good, wow, that'd be one for the books.
We did Dancing with the Stars.
Yes,
that was good enough. That was good enough. So.
Yes, and you guys did a great job with that. That was great. That was a lot of fun. When you kind of go into a career like this, do you realize early on that most likely you will have to move around a lot? Of course, that had been the norm for you.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't odd for me. It was odd for my wife, who had grown up in the same place her entire life till she went out to California.
And what was your impression when you got here? And what did you think of the Lehigh Valley? You've been to a lot of places, so your impression matters.
Right. I mean, I think from the very beginning, we loved the Lehigh Valley. I love proximity to New York. I'm a huge theater guy. I love going to theater. And the area. We like the area. But, there were some rough parts of the area then. The South Side was not nearly as vibrant as it
where we sit today, and
today.
You can't believe what's around us. It's amazing.
Transformation's been incredible. But I think from day one, we loved the Lehigh Valley. We loved the people, we loved kind of what was going on here, but it has grown exponentially and in ways that I think make it a lot more interesting place, not only for us, but for, one of my children has actually moved back to the Lehigh Valley.
Now, were your children primarily raised in the Lehigh Valley?
Oh, absolutely.
At that time, okay, so this is...
They were both born at St. Luke's, and they grew up in the Lehigh Valley. We moved in the Lehigh Valley 4 times in 2 different houses because we were here initially 22 years before we went away for 7 years and then came back.
Right. Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining us. We've learned so much from you here today, and we encourage people to take advantage of everything that Northampton Community College has to offer. And
thanks for having me.
Thank you, Mark. For the full interview, visit youtube.com/thepeaktv. And don't forget to subscribe to Unscripted with Russo on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Each year, hundreds of women gather together for inspiration and empowerment. This year looked a little different, but it didn't stop our resilient female community from gathering remotely.
Women are the fastest growing philanthropic leaders in the world. And so as women gain economic power and philanthropic leadership, the opportunity for women to be connected together and to have thought partnership and strategic thinking together is just such a powerful opportunity.
The Women's Business Council, the United Way of the Greater Lehigh Valley, and Cedar Crest College have been collaborating on this partnership for many years now.
This is a unique collaboration and one that we're very proud of. The opportunity brings together business, education, and philanthropy, which are 3 areas that are extremely important to women in our community.
We work together to share resources, to offer platforms, to market together. There's an incredible team of employees and dedicated volunteers that share their time and talents together to make this possible. It's really incredible to see they're working together.
It is a day filled with empowering women. You walk in the room and you feel the energy. You feel inspired. You feel like you have 500 new friends that you can tap into because you're all experiencing inspiration together, and it's very empowering.
The Women's Summit is a forum for women to gather, to be inspired, to recognize each other, and to be empowered. And I believe that the Women's Summit allows us the opportunity for that to happen naturally and allow women to gather and enjoy each other's company, but also to learn from each other.
No matter what you've gone through, like how your drive was over, or how your morning was, the energy is amazing. It's palpable. You can actually feel it when you walk in the room. There's workshops, there's keynote speakers that are inspiring, there's a marketplace, and there's tons of networking.
So often women have competing priorities in their life, and they don't take an opportunity to invest in themselves. And this is a place where women can see each other. It's an event all for and about women. And I think that that is a great investment in their personal and professional endeavors.
We're at a time in our country where we are really trying to get our arms around issues related to diversity, equity, inclusion, which is, a topic that deserves some real thought and some real consideration. And I know that that is a heavy focus for this year. And as women in leadership at all levels in our community, we have an opportunity to figure out how we show up in this space.
We know it's going to be successful for years to come. We know that there's a lot of wonderful people dedicated to this. But I would say my hope is for the attendees that are at this event and that they are empowered to become their authentic self.
I hope it continues to evolve. I think as we are identifying what our path forward is and being even more inclusive, especially building leadership and opportunities for women of color, people who are transgender, people that come from a variety of backgrounds, I think the opportunity for the Women's Summit to be even more inclusive than it already is one of my hopes for the future.
My hopes for the future for the Women's Summit is to continue to grow the partnership, to continue to strengthen it, and just to keep bringing bigger and better speakers in for the women of the Lehigh Valley. We deserve that. And to highlight the women that we have in the Lehigh Valley as well with our breakout speakers and our marketplace. And it is awesome to just take time for you, one day out of 365 days in the year, just to dedicate to yourself.
I love being a part of the Women's Summit. It's amazing what we can accomplish when we come together. For more information on anything from today's show, go to our website at thepeaktv.com. Thanks for watching, and remember, every day is an opportunity to be your best self. This is The Peak. Lobby. Thanks for watching. No. What? The Lehigh Valley is the Lehigh Valley. Ah! From anything. From anything? For and on anything? Yeah. One of those will work, right? We're so lucky to have you here. Yep, okay. Is that right? Network? Hospital. Okay. Full of amazing women. This is going to be loud down here, coming at us from every direction. The Peak TV is a production of ASR Media.
Liked what you saw? Subscribe to our channel so you never miss another video.
To see more of The Peak TV, check out our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and catch us on WFMZ Channel 69.